We're gonna now get into the quadratic formula, and you guys may have all heard of it. It's not nothing to be scared about. It's a simple formula. You've got the formula. I'm just going to write it down first, then I'll discuss it. Divided by 2a by 2a. Now you must come in this to your memory. This formula will be used. Honestly, till you do maths, you will require this formula. And it's extremely important, nothing too difficult, just memorize it. And okay, now what is minus b, what is a, what is that? Let me just write down a basic structure of a quadratic formula. That is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So the term multiplied to x is b, term multiplied to x squared is a, and just the constant, that is c. Okay. And in this equation, if you see, you take minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac by 2a. And just always, if you want, whenever you get a quadratic equation, write the values of a, b, and c down, then substitute them into the formula. And okay, the derivation of this formula is very simple, but I won't be covering it in this video because it's not in the scope of the syllabus. And also another thing, this is not strictly part of the syllabus, but if you are preparing for any examination or something, or if you're just curious in general, if you want to find the sum of the two roots of a quadratic equation, the formula for that is minus b over a. So it's just my negative of this divided by this. And the product of the roots are c over a. Listen to this. You can verify this, although nothing as such required for 10th grade. So I'm just going to erase this. So now that we've gotten this out of the way, I think we can jump into the questions. Do pause the video, memorize the formula, test it on quadratic equations we solved previously, and come back. Okay, so now that you've done all that, let's begin. So we defined um, one more thing which I forgot to discuss. Before we get into that, there's two extremely important things we should discuss. That is decimal points and significant figures. Decimal points you already know. If someone asks you to round something off to two decimal places, I'm sure you already know how to do that. But significant figures is something new, and please be very careful with this, because if you do your entire calculation correct, mess up the significant figures, 1 mark gone. Trust me, it's happened to me as well, and it's really painful. So what you do is significant figures. Okay, I'm just going to give some examples here. What else? Okay, and maybe one more as well. Right. So, okay, all these examples, decimal points, let's discuss decimal points. Oops. Yeah, decimal points in this column and significant figures in this column. Okay, so that's decimal points here, significant figures here. So 0.36 decimal points, I'm sure you already know. Two significant figures. This is, you may think it's three because of zero at the beginning. No, it's just two because zeros before the decimal point are not significant. So it's two as well. Over here, decimal points, two, right? Again, two. Significant figures here, you may think it's two, right? Because 1.400 at the end doesn't really make any difference, and the word says significant. So you would think that it's just two because only 1.4 is significant, but no, 1.40, there are three significant figures here. The zeros at the end show accuracy, they show precision. So if you have 1.4 and 1.40 and 1.400, the significant figures change, they increase because you're showing that your calculations are becoming more and more precise because you're going to like a high decimal place. Then 3.002, if you see, again, this is just 002, all these digits are significant. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Significant figures are 4, and decimal points are 3, right? Again, over here, I think same example again, decimal points 3. Also, again, note here, significant figures, 0 at the end does count. So 4 again. Over here, Now, this is a bit of an interesting case. And the case here is 0 at the beginning. I said not significant, ignore it. 0 here. Is this significant? And you may think, yes, it is, it does matter. But unfortunately, it's just confusing. No logic. It's just really confusing. But this 0 is actually not significant. And the only two significant figures are these two. So you got two significant figures and three decimal places. Okay. If you want, maybe I can share a handout in this as well. I'll put it up somewhere. But for this, starting this, you should just remember two things. This has two significant figures right here. This has three significant figures right here. And these cases don't generally come while you're solving, so it's nothing really to worry about. But yes, I will upload a document for this, so it becomes easier for you guys. So now let's jump into the questions. Corrected two significant figures here. And so let's start solving. So 4x squared minus 7x plus 2. Later on, you wouldn't have to write what A, B, C is. You'll get to know it, and please don't waste your time in doing that. But since that may be your first time doing this, I'm going to write it. So your A is equal to 4, your B is equal to minus 7, and your C is equal to 2. I'm going to write the quadratic formula again here. You don't have to, but it's just so that you see it more and comes to your memory faster. So minus B, minus of minus 7 is just 7, plus minus B square, minus 7 whole square, minus 4 times A is 4, times C is 2, divided by A is 4. Okay, now let's, yeah, simplify this. We get 7 plus minus under root of minus 7 whole square, 49, minus 4 times 4, 16, times 2, 32. I 8. Also, one more thing, I remember getting confused by this in the beginning when I was learning it. It is not, I'm just going to write this in the corner. It is not minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, where this comes under the root. This is not correct. It's the entire thing divided by 2a. 2a does not come within the root. I remember making an error in this, so I just want to clarify that up for anyone who gets a bit confused. So yeah, okay. 49 minus 32 is 17. So we have 7 plus minus root 17 by 8. Okay, we require more space. So I'm just going to give us some more space here. Oops. Let's move this slightly more to the bottom. Yeah, okay. 7 plus minus root 17 by 8. Now, what is the value of root 17? You will get a booklet, and it's very simple. You just directly see what root 17 is, put it up, you just write it down, copy it. I think the value of it is 4.123, if I'm not wrong. So it's 7 plus minus 4.123 divided by 8. Okay. Now over here, this is the stage where you see a plus and minus, you break it down. So your two roots are 7 plus 4.123 by 8 and 7 minus 4.123 divided by 8. You do not have calculators in 10th grade. Please, 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 you should be comfortable with these calculations and you should not mess these up because these are literally free marks. There's no analytical thinking, there's no nothing. Free marks, guys. 11.123 divided by 8, comma 7 minus. I'm going to solve them right in front of you, so I won't use a calculator myself. Okay. 10 minus 3 is 7, 7, 8, 2.877. Okay. So you got 2.877 divided by 8. Okay. Just going to delete this from here, so it's not an issue. Okay. And I'll just move this question slightly lower as well. And we got in this. Now again, over here, if you want, you can long divide this, but okay, even I'll just do that for this part. Okay, yeah. So 11 point, oops, what's happening? Yeah, 11.123 divided by 8. 8 ones are 8. Take your time on this. Doesn't matter. Spare a few seconds here because honestly, in this type of question, you will never know if you got it wrong or not. 8 threes are 24, 7. Now get the 2 down as well. 8 nines are 72. Okay. Now, okay. Another thing to touch upon here. They have said give their answer up to two significant figures. Okay. Two significant figures, right? So I would advise that if it's two significant figures, go up till three numbers, right? Because if you have three numbers, then you can round out the last one and make it work. But also you'll notice that it's divided by 8, and any number divided by 8 is never recurring. So for peace of mind, you can just keep solving until you just don't get a recurring number. You get just finish it. So you get 8, zeros are 0, 3 minus 0 is a 3, 0 here. These are 24, 6, 0, sevens are 56, 4, 0, and a 5. Now you may be wondering, there's no need to do all of this, but I always like to do it because if my number ends, because any number divided by 8 will never be recurring, then I know that my division is correct. Okay? So let me just write down the number here and delete this part of it. You don't have to do it to so much accuracy, but I prefer to do it, and some of you may as well, because if a number ends in a 5 or something, you know that you've done it correctly because a number divided by 8 is never recurring. So once again, oops. So your first root is here. Okay, another thing. Always first write the entire number, then write it in its correct significant figures because you do have 1 mark for writing this. So your first number is 1.P90375. You can delete this. Now do the same for 2.877 divided by 8. 8 fives are 40. 7, 7 nines are 72. 5, 0. 8, 6 are 48. 2, 0. 2s are 16. 4, 0. And 8 fives are. So you have 0.359625. Now, once again, I'll just delete the calculation from here. And once again, I'm solving this in front of you so you can see how it's done. And so that you know it's nothing too difficult. This is what I would do in a normal exam as well. And yeah. Okay. Now, next part is to convert this to significant figures. So over here, you need two significant figures, right? Yeah, two significant figures. So what that means is you've got 1.39 here. That's three significant figures. So if you just need two significant figures, that means it's just one decimal place. So you'll write 1 point and 390. 39. What will this 9 become? 9 will make this one 4. So just 1.4. And on this side, what did I say? 0 before a decimal point is not significant. So we'll actually need three numbers here. So 0.3. Now, always look, this last number here, I need a 5, right? But there's a 9 here. So I have to round off my 5 to a 6. 0.36. And these are your uh, two solutions. It is a very long calculation. It is that. And you have to write this exact value, and a slight deviation will mean that you lose marks. Please take your time on these questions and do them. And if you're not confident in this question, this always comes as an optional question. I would advise you to just skip that optional question and move on. Because if your calculations aren't up to date, if you can't do this fast, and if you just mess up the calculations, it'll be really difficult for you even to find out if you have, which is why. Okay. Now, again, this is the same one. I'm going to do another one with you. because this is the question that every single time it will come in every single paper you attempt. So let's just simplify this. X square minus 3x minus 9 equals to 0, right? Again, quadratic. If you want to just write down A is equal to 1, B is equal to minus 3, C is equal to minus 9. Oops. Okay. Now, okay, let's pop this up here. Again, I'm writing the quadratic formula down so it comes to your memory. Minus 4ac by 2a. Substitute the values in. Minus 3. So your 3 plus minus b square is a is 1, c is minus 9. 9 minus 4 minus 4 into 9 is 36. Minus 36, and there's another negative sign here, so it just becomes plus 36, right? 4 into a is 4. 4 into 1 is 4. Into minus 1 is minus 36. And minus minus 36 is a positive number. So this is, oh wait, I forgot to write divided by 2a here. 2a is just 2 here. So this is also just divided by 2 here. So now this is 3 plus minus root 45 over 2. I think I'm just going to, okay, yeah. So now, what's any more question? Okay. So now, what do we do here? If you see a number, you should just take out anything that you can from under the root. So 45 can be written as what? 5 times 9, right? And your 9 is a perfect square. So you can just take it out of the brackets here to make your calculations simpler. Okay. So you don't have to do this because your book will have the value of root 45. But it's always simpler to just do this because you can also simplify your calculations further by taking 3 out common here, divided by 2. And so if you take 3 out common, that is 1 plus minus root 5 divided by 2, right? And um, root 5 value you should memorize. You should memorize root 2, root 3, and root 5 here. Root 2 is 1.414, t is 1.732, and root 5 is 2.236. You don't have to memorize them, but I would advise you to memorize them because these will keep coming up, and it's just simpler to know that you know these by heart. So root 5 is 2.236, so it's 3 times 1 plus minus 2.236 divided by 2. So once you will add and once you will subtract. So, okay, let me just write it down simpler so it's easier for you to understand. Okay. And now it's just simple calculations. 3 times 3.3, oops, 3.236. Yeah, what's it? 3.236 by 2, comma, 3 times 1 minus 2.236. So you can just work this out. 2.236 minus 1, 1.236, and it'll have a negative sign because it's 1 minus that. So just minus 1.236. Okay, I'll just leave this from here. Divided by 2. So now this perfectly goes by 2, so you can just directly cancel out. So again, you don't, some people may prefer long division, but for this, I would advise you guys to just solve it like this only. So 2 times 1 is 2, 1 carry over 6, 1 carry over 8. So it's 3 times 1.618. And your other root is, again, zero point 0.6, and you get a 1 here and an 8. Right? And now you can just directly multiply it. So I will multiply it again in front of you right here. It's our 18, the 4.854 here. The other one is, um, okay, yeah, so just multiply this one as well. 6.8 into 3 is 24, 3, 5, 3, 6 are 18. Three decimal places and a negative sign. So the other one is minus 1.854. Once again, delete this. Let's now go back to the question. What have they asked us to do to two significant figures? Remember, the board will always ask you to convert it to significant figures. I don't think they ask you to round it off to decimal places. So two significant, it's at two only, right? Yeah, two. Two significant figures. This is also straightforward. 4.8, you see a 5, so you would round this up. 4.9. And two significant figures again, there's a 5 here, so you round this up, minus 1.9. And that's about it. I think there was one more question left, which I had deleted. So let me add that back. This is an interesting question. And I think a very similar type of question came in our specimen paper, and it was pretty tricky. So this type of questions can come. So let's see how we approach this. So again, one important thing to like decipher in this is that always identify your A, B, and C, and they may not be constant numbers always. They can also be their own A plus 2, A plus 1. So don't get confused by that. Don't get thrown off by that. So let's write this down. X square plus X minus A plus 2 times A plus 1 equals to a 0. And again, quadratic formula, writing it down again. X equals to minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC divided by 2A. And now let's start finding it out. So I'll just write down what the values A, B is here. Over here, your A is equal to 1, your B is also equal to 1, and your C is equal to this entire term minus A plus 2 times A plus 1. So now let's simplify this. So we have, I think we need more space here. Just add some more space. Yeah, okay. So, okay. So now we need, yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's write down the value. So we have X is equal to minus B. Minus B is minus 1 plus minus under root of B square, which is just 1 square, minus 4 times A is 1 times C. Remember to keep the minus sign. Let's keep this a different kind of a bracket here so you guys don't get confused. Yeah, A times A plus 1 divided by 2A, which is just 2 in this case. And now let's simplify this. So you've got minus 1 plus minus 1 minus 4 times, let's just keep the minus here, and we have A square plus A plus 2A plus 2 divided by 2. And then we have minus 1 plus minus. Oops. 1 minus 4 times minus A square minus A. Oh, wait. Let's simplify this. Let's write this as 3A. Yep. Let's 4 times, distribute the minus sign, minus A square minus 3A minus 2, and obviously divided by 2. You can obviously do it faster. You don't have to show all these steps. I'm just showing them so that all of you can understand them. Now, if I just distribute the 4, minus 4, so it's minus 4 times minus a square. So it becomes plus 4a square plus 12a and plus an 8. Have I done it correctly? Yes, I think I have. Okay. And this is divided by 2. Now this is minus 1 plus minus. Okay, let's just write this 8 plus 1 as a 9. So now, if you guys look at this carefully, you will see that this is a whole square, right? Okay, every time you get a variable inside the bracket, you know you're going to get it out of the bracket, right? And to get it out of the bracket, it has to be a whole square. So you see 4a square and you see 9. So from factorization, you should identify this as 2a plus 3 whole square, right? So it's 2a square, 4a square plus 9 plus 2 3s are 6 which are 12a. Okay, this is the sort of thing you're supposed to identify in the blink of a second. And if you're having trouble with this, you should go back to last year and solve last year's questions. Okay, because this is you need to be fast at calculations. They made the math paper 3 hours, but trust me, it's even more lengthy now and it's really difficult to complete it on time. Okay, so now your x can be equal to either minus 1 plus 2a plus 3 by 2 or minus 1 minus 2a plus 3 by 2. So we have 2a plus 2 over 2 and we have minus 1 minus 2a minus 3 over 2. For the simplification, 2 out common, a plus 1 by 2, and that is minus 2a minus 4 over 2. So this is cancel the 2's out. So your roots are a plus 1, and I can take 2 out common from here as well. So if I do take it out, I have 2 out common minus a minus 2, right? And divided by 2, cancel out both this thing. So finally, both your roots are a plus 1 and minus of a plus 2. And with this, you can go and attempt the exercise, solve all the questions because you need practice in all of this, and you can then move on to the next exercise. Thank you.